Now pleased to be joined by the lovely artist Katie Doiron. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's exciting to have people who are so talented as you to come on this show.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So we're going to pick your brain for a little bit because we got a few minutes. We may as well. And
yeah.
You know, why? First off, I guess the first question is why art? You know, what propelled you to do this kind of thing as a career?
Well, it's just a job that's really high in demand, is being an artist. That's a joke, but
it's all over the internet.
It's just there's so many career opportunities with art. No, I just feel like ever since I was a kid, I've been doing art, so it's something that's kind of instilled in me, and I've just been following my path. You know, these are kind of cliches, but yeah, I just always wanted to be an artist. I never actually thought I could, but yeah.
There's a nice look right there of a very young Katie Doiron with.
It's baby Katie.
Trying to be part of the Blue Man Group, I think. But obviously, from a young age, very involved in that kind of thing. Yeah,
for sure. I think my parents really pushed it with me and putting me in art camps and art school. So I've been very fortunate that way. And yeah, not much has changed since that picture. Yeah. Yeah,
that's for sure. Hey, you got to get involved. It's not just with brushes, right?
Right.
So, that actually led to my next question. Was that have you, did you do a lot of professionally trained? I suppose would be a way to put it. But did you do a lot of that, or is it a lot just kind of following your own way?
Bit of both. Like I've been, like I said, really involved in I had a passion for art, but I went to art school at Mackenzie College for 1 year. They don't teach too much about like abstract art and stuff. Not a lot of art schools actually do. That's more, I guess, realism art, and I do more abstract. That's what kind of sells, I find. So yeah, I get to, I kind of taught myself, I guess, as far as what I'm doing every day. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. It kind of follows more into the idea of beauty is in the eye of the beholder, where what one person sees may not be what the next person sees. And when it comes to art, in the same way that if you're covering current events or something like that, there's a theory kind of to it of ways you might approach it, but there's not like everybody could do it 100 different ways, and they're all correct.
Right.
So art kind of in your way, it's just kind of. It is how you see it kind of way? Is that how you see your art, or is there kind of a fundamental approach to it?
I don't know. I like to stick to like kind of happy paintings, colorful. That's kind of what I stick with. So yeah, there's no real rule of what I do. Abstract has just been kind of my cliche right now. Yeah.
So let's have a look at some of the stuff that you've been able to grace the world with, because it's been pretty impressive. You talk colorful, like that's very colorful, a nice elephant right there.
So that's what I mean by like abstract. It's obviously a picture, but it's still a bit of abstract with it.
Now, the next question that comes to me is a lot of these ideas, now I know you do work with clients, but a lot of these ideas, are they from your own ideas, or are they what someone brings you an idea and then you kind of work with it, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's a good question. Basically, I've started selling my own paintings. That's how it started. And now I kind of have a portfolio where people can pick from my own art, and they say, oh, can you remake that painting? Or they'll find a picture, say, on Pinterest, and they say, can you remake that? And I say, yeah, I'm not going to copy it. I'll make it similar with my style. So it's a bit of both. So yeah, I'm influenced by other artists, but it's definitely like my take on it.
Do you find there's a lot of push and pull when working with a client, where they might have an idea and then you kind of have a different thing, or is it kind of streamlined?
I think maybe in the beginning, but I think I kind of have a name for myself now, so people just trust me. Sometimes people will just give me a picture of their living room and they say, this is my budget, make a painting, and I'm like, all right. And then other people want to hold my hand and say, I want this color and this over here and this over here. So yeah, different clients, but most of the time I don't have much hard time. Yeah.
As we see another look, and that might be abstract, but there's a lot of realism in that as well, and a bit of a different touch of it too, which is kind of cool. We're just going to cycle through a whole bunch of stuff that you've been doing over the course of this interview. Another question that I've had is when you started, from what I remember, a lot of it was on Facebook. A lot of it was just kind of. Did you find the word of mouth to be difficult in the beginning, or do you find it's been all right now?
I don't know, like I talk to so many artists, and in my opinion they're more talented than me, and they have such a hard time selling their art. So I don't know if it's just luck, but for me it's been really easy just to sell on Facebook. Yeah, so
So the social medias have been very good to you.
Yeah, like for me, I just make a painting Monday to Friday. I make one every day, and it's just like any other job. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just see what happens and put it up and say, hey, maybe somebody
Yeah,
will
I
want
mean,
it.
most of the time it is orders. People message me and say, hey, Katie, this is what I want, and I work with them. And then maybe 10% of the time I'm making my own stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you prefer to kind of have someone else's idea, or do you like to just kind of be in your own creative space and see what you come up with?
I don't really have a preference. I just, as long as I'm painting and I'm getting paid for what I love to do, I'm happy. So yeah.
That's
I can't
fair.
be too picky with being an
follow
artist.
The passion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some more in the work.
That's me.
Demonstrating that one. To go from the kid picture, I mean, you're still covered in paint.
Yeah. Yeah, not much has changed.
No. So do you find, like, I don't know a whole lot in terms of artists and painting on canvas or painting on any of that stuff. Is it normal to get that covered in paint, or do you just like to get really involved?
I don't know, because if you look at Bob Ross, he never has any paint on him.
No.
And then if you look at me, I still have paint on me today. So I think maybe I'm just a messy person. I don't know.
Well, they're not mistakes. They're just happy little things.
Yeah, exactly. Bob Ross's famous quote.
Need to get the afro.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got to do. So we've talked that it's kind of, you mentioned, but 90% now client work kind of, and then 10% your own kind of thing.
Yes.
So I would assume would have started mostly of your own stuff.
Right.
And then would have gone on from there. So when did it kind of shift? Did you find the word of mouth kind of pushed it that way, or did you push it out real hard, or what was there anything that shifted that way?
I think for me, what I learned is a lot of artists kind of make a mistake. Well, I can't really say that. It's just in my opinion, is that they kind of make their own work, and it doesn't always sell because you have to work with the client in order to know what sells. So, like I said, as long as I'm painting, I'm happy, and I try to just get to hear what my customers actually want instead of always. But yeah, the more I get to know what they want, the more I know how to paint what's going to sell.
Right. So
yeah.
So you're finding a lot of following trends kind of thing about what's going on. So what's in right now?
What's in?
What's
Basically
in?
Anything I touch is in. I'm just kidding.
So what's the fall selection?
Sometimes I go on like Pinterest and look, or Home Sense. You can kind of see what's selling, and then I'll put my own take on that, because people like to have a homemade painting. The fashion about painting is always changing, but I do like to keep up with the paintings.
Got to keep up with the paintings. So you don't have to name any names, but have there been any surprise clients that you would have never expected to get at this point?
That's a funny question too. I think I've had a few failed interviews in my life, or I've got fired when I was young, and they've bought paintings from me. You know, bosses that fired me are now my biggest, So yeah, I guess that's kind of funny.
So is that kind of an awkward exchange, or is it?
No, I mean, I'm taking their money, so I'm happy.
True that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So for someone who is interested in contacting you and looking to get into something like this, how can they contact you? How can they get a hold of you?
The best way is Katie Doiron's art page. So it's all capitals, and it's on Facebook, and people just inbox me, say, oh, this is what I want, and they can even look at my art album. Facebook's the best way. If someone doesn't have Facebook, they can call too, and yeah. Do you want me to give that number?
Sure.
Why not? It's television.
Solicit.
Yeah, so I'm based in the Moncton area, obviously, so it's 506-858-8957.
All right, so give that a ring. We've also seen you around town doing a lot of stuff with some of the local, be it nonprofits or with those about making a painting. Do you donate a painting for that? I know I've seen you around a couple of times, yeah.
So basically how that works is I've done a lot of live paintings, because I find when there's live auctions, like at charity events, the price of the painting will go higher, because people have like 400, 500, as opposed to a silent auction, it won't go as high. So I only will do a charity event if it's a live auction, because it helps them out more, and it helps me out too. Right. More publicity for me, and they get more money for their charity. But yeah.
Right. So do you feel any pressure painting to a live audience?
No, I don't. I think part of the reason is my back's usually against the crowd, and because the painting is the no. I don't know.
No,
Maybe if I was singing, for sure, but
Right.
not painting.
Just don't feel it, just cold-blooded.
Yeah, I'm just I got it.
Woman of steel. That's awesome. So we're very, very anxious to see what's going to be coming next down the pipe. Be sure to check it out. Contact her on Facebook. Katie Doiron, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
For sure. So be sure to check it out. You've seen some that have cycled through. You can contact her through Facebook. She's mentioned her number. You can send that again. What's the number again?
858-8957. Although Facebook is the best way. Most people have Facebook. This is more for people that are like, what's Facebook?
All right. So contact. You've got 2 different ways you can do it. Be sure to check it out and give her a ring because she is awesome. So Katie, thank you so much.
Thank you.